You're listening to Mentoring Developers. How do you become well known? How do you promote your stuff? How do you make sure that this website actually gets viewed?
So it's a combination, I would say, of time, perseverance, giving value, and dirty, sneaky tricks. So let me address each of those. Time and perseverance, I sort of figured the Daily Tech Video would take a year or so to take off. And it's been about, 9 months now, 10 months now, and it still hasn't totally exploded in terms of taking off. I was convinced, here and there I was kind of delusional. I'm thinking, well, within a year, clearly I'll have 10,000 followers on Twitter and 20,000 followers on the website. And no, it's been significantly less than that. Although I've definitely got, a following of sorts there. So I'm hoping to promote it a little more, and I'll get to that in a little moment with the dirty, sneaky tricks. And I would say it's even more acute with my Mandarin Weekly newsletter, where there are people who've noticed it, thanks to social networks, thanks to the content, thanks to posting it, say, on Reddit and so forth. But I still haven't gotten to the audience that I want. The thing that people keep coming back to in terms of getting a following, and I've now seen it myself over the last year, is having a mailing list. Mailing lists are remarkable, and they all work together. So what I've seen in terms of a funnel now is, how do you become better known? How do you develop a following? My technique has been, on my blog, I write postings that are sort of long, but that they address a question that I'm curious about, or that someone in my class was curious about. This gives me an opportunity to research something. And when I say research, I mean think about it, write it, maybe read some documentation. We're not talking about very serious research here. I write it up. And I promoted it on social media, and there are also very often RSS aggregators for different programming languages. So if I write about Python, it gets picked up by what's called Planet Python, and anyone can join there. All you have to do is show you're writing about Python stuff. So what happens then is people come to my blog. From my blog or from my website, they can sign up for my mailing list. And on my mailing list, then, I provide information probably about once every week or two. I'm sending out new newsletters. And those are the people who are really, I would say, my following. Now, I just literally in the last week or two started then changing my mailing list such that people who do what are called email courses. This is providing value. I take 5-10 short pieces of text. I put them in email messages. I use Drip, getdrip.com, which is a fantastic way to manage mailing lists. I create what they call a week-long drip campaign. So every day, if you sign up for this campaign, you'll get email every day from me, automatically, with the next installment. So I have a few email courses there. 10 days to better working with files in Python. 5 days to better technical training. And after you finish with that, then you're folded into my main mailing list, unless you object to that, in which case you can unsubscribe. So providing value is another way for people to sort of find you, come to you, and do that. But that still is not enough. And this is where I'm struggling a bit, and this is where I'm working on it. And this is where the dirty, sneaky tricks come in. And the dirty, sneaky tricks are you post your own things to Reddit, which you shouldn't go crazy with it, doing it all the time. But it's okay to do that on occasion, or so I believe. And if you do it to the right subreddit, people will pick it up. People will come to your website. They'll read your blog post. They will promote it more, maybe on Twitter, and then they'll sign up for your mailing list. And it's a virtuous circle. Another thing is, if you want to get Twitter followers on your from your Twitter account, you follow them. So for my Daily Tech Video account on Twitter, I followed, 60, 80, 100 interesting sounding sites, and they followed me back. Well, the moment that they followed me back, people who were following them on Twitter got the notice, so-and-so is following Daily Tech Video, wouldn't you like to follow them too? So you're sort of taking advantage of the social networking properties of Twitter, for instance, to get more things out there. I'm sure that there are experts in this who are way better than I am and are smarter about it, but that's been sort of the way I've been building it. But really, the mailing list is where it's at. And I'll just say one last thing on this. I've been writing for Linux Journal for 20 years, and I think the amount of email that I get from a typical mailing list mailing every week is more than the amount of mail I've gotten total in 20 years writing for Linux Journal. The interactivity of a mailing list is shockingly high, and it's a tremendous feeling. So I would say build your mailing list, write your blog, and yes, by the way, this is work. This is work, but you're building up your reputation, and it's an investment in your your reputation online and the way you're characterized online.
For show notes and transcripts, Visit us at mentoringdevelopers.com.